Okay, today I'm not a great baker, but once a year I do get in the kitchen and try to cook for Christmas treats. Dwight is a good cookie maker. I try to be a good cookie maker, so we'll see what happens. Earlier I toasted some pecans. Just gonna make the simple chocolate chip cookie today. We're going to start with half a cup, which is 1 stick of unsalted butter, room temperature, and we're going to mix everything by hand. So that's room temperature right there. To the half cup butter, I'm going to come over here and grab a half a cup of packed brown sugar. We're going to cream this butter with the brown sugar until it's all creamed together, pushing it against the bowl, making sure everything gets incorporated. I just got done making some pretzel crack, and it is in the refrigerator cooling off. And by the time those should be set, these cookies will be taking their place in the refrigerator. They'll sit in there for an hour before baking. Okay. You see how good creamed that is? Everything's mixed together. See that? This egg is also at room temperature. Pour that in. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, I told you I wasn't much of a baker. See, I already forgot something. I was supposed to cream also a half a cup of granulated sugar in with that brown sugar, and I didn't, so we're going to cream it in now with the egg and the vanilla. Hopefully it still turns out. I think it should. I had to go look at the recipe again. I saw regular sugar sitting here, and I thought, well, when does that go in? Yeah, I missed it. But that still looks like it's good. Make sure your egg is at room temperature with your butter. Take them out together. Okay, we're going to set this aside. Hopefully you can see this. I've got my camera on a tripod today. Into this separate bowl, we're going to sift our flour, cornstarch, baking soda, and salt. So 1 1/4 cup of flour, 1 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, the cornstarch will help the cookies stay crisp on the outside and chewy on the inside. Half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. When Dwight's in here making cookies, he just glides right through it like nothing. I panic, but these should turn out. Okay, we're going to take this mixture of the dry ingredients and add them to this butter mixture, a little at a time. I'm gonna pour that into this larger bowl because I'm about to add my chips and my nuts. I kind of should have done this the other way around, but then again, I'm not a great baker. This is 1 cup of toasted pecans. I've never taken the time to actually toast my pecans. I've always just thrown them in there. But this recipe said toast your pecans, so I did. They smell great. I swear I measured out 1 cup. This looks like more than a cup. You know, I'm gonna measure again. A little bit more than a cup, but that's good. And 1½ cups of chocolate chips. So while I put my gloves on, let's go over this again. 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, room temperature, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of regular sugar. Cream that together. 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 1/4 cup of flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1½ cups of chocolate chips, 1 cup of toasted pecans. I'm using my hands because it's just easier. This is supposed to make 24 cookies. And every bite should have a piece of chocolate chip or a pecan in it. And that looks really good right there. Dwight, I hope these are the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever made. It looks good.
Huh?
I hope these are the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever made. It sure looks good.
I bet they will be.
Okay, that looks really good. So what we're supposed to do now, and my cookie sheets are in the refrigerator with something else on them. So let me see what I can find. I have these old cookie sheets, what I can use. Perfect. Okay. I do not have any parchment paper, I'm sorry to say. So Google tells me to lightly grease the cookie sheet. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully that's all right. A tablespoonful, I'm going to make small balls and put them on the cookie sheet. I'm gonna crowd these on here because they're going straight into the refrigerator for an hour, and then I'll separate them when I bake them on two separate cookie sheets. Taking some of the smaller ones and making them a little bit closer to the other ones. I have a little bit of dough left over here. These really look amazing. Okay, I need two small ones. I've got just a tiny bit of dough left here. Trying to get all those chocolate chips and those nuts. These things are really packed. Okay, one more. This tiny little one right here. Okay. So I did get 24 cookies. These will go into the refrigerator for 1 hour, and then I'll separate them, 12 on each cookie sheet, and I'll bake them. And that used every bit of that dough. All right. Okay, I made room. I just crisscrossed the 2 plates of caramel pretzels. These are called pretzel crack. They need to get really firm, and then I'm gonna break them apart. You'll see that in another video. So let's set a timer for 1 hour. Set your oven, I think it's to 350. I'll clarify as soon as I pull these back out. Those look incredible, you guys. Look at the height on these things. Wow. I can't wait for these to cool off and taste one. Ooh. On the cooling rack. Man, those are the nicest looking cookies I think I have ever made, and I am not a baker. We have enough to give to all of our friends with 3 left over. So Dwight and I are gonna take the ugliest one and taste it. I have a cookie broken in half.
Here.
I wanted you to have the big piece. I hope they're done, and I hope they're good.
Chips ahoy, stand aside.
Those are darn good, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Sorry, Ronnie. It's got chocolate in it, and you can't have any chocolate. Does it pass the taste test?
Yep.
Yes, it does. That is so darn good. That's probably the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever made. Yeah, a little bit of a crunch on the outside, but the inside is so soft and chewy. Mmm. I would give these a 10 out of a 10. What a great recipe. Mmm. Delicious.